Hey everybody, just want to share some thoughts with you. I'm teaching tonight here at Impact Life. I'm teaching on basically generational curses. The book of Exodus talks about the iniquities or the gross injustice or basically the sin of our forefathers are passed down from generation to generation and to our children's children. So it just maybe begin to think about some things I just want to share with you really quick. I'm going to start teaching on it tonight as I'm doing this in-depth study on generational curses. Now, if you're Christian, if you have Christ in your heart, one thing you've got to understand is that Christ became the curse for us. So legally, we are not under the curse any longer. We are set free. But here's where I think the problem is. I think if we don't have any knowledge about or understanding of what we're dealing with, then I think that things can control us. It's like the devil, the enemy, has no control over you, has no authority over us unless we give him that authority. And I think what makes us give him that authority is basically ignorance, is we don't understand. There's no knowledge, there's no understanding in that. So if the enemy can keep us ignorant of the truth, then we'll never be everything God called us to be. Okay, I will never be everything God called me to be. So knowledge and understanding is very, very important, and wisdom is very, very important. So let me just think around some thoughts here with you a little bit. When I think of generational curses, basically I think of wrong thought patterns that are passed down from generation to generation. Things that, okay, if somebody's father was angry, then his son is angry. Somebody's, if people were raised up in strife and argumentative attitudes growing up and a lot of dysfunction, and then they carry that on to their household as they are in their families as they grow and have families of their own, then their house is basically full of strife and problems. And I believe it's just wrong thought patterns and different things. What we must understand is that we are redeemed from the curse, but we've got to understand what that means. We have to understand that there might be some wrong thought patterns. The Bible says how we think is how we are. Some thought patterns that have entered in just like our parents or like our grandparents, and it just came down from generation to generation. Therefore, my generation is struggling what my grandparents struggled with because I didn't recognize it for what it is. So I think what happens is I think that, we become, it's like, let me put it to you this way. Your dysfunction is not who you are. Your parents' dysfunction is not you, okay? The reason why men are angry a lot is because we're insecure, because our fathers wasn't there to be a father figure. We saw all their problems and they passed that down to us, and we just accepted it because we didn't know any better. Therefore, we passed that down on to our children. The truth is that when you have Christ in your heart, all that has been taken care of. Christ became the curse on the cross. Okay, so legally, I'm free from that. But if I don't recognize wrong thought patterns and I don't pull those wrong thought patterns down, and a wrong thought pattern is basically this: whatever is opposite of what God says that I am, that's a wrong thought pattern. Okay, attitude, strife, anger, hurt, different things like that. If I don't cast those wrong thoughts down, then that's who I become, because the Bible says we are how we think. So I've got to learn to recognize those things for what they are and grab a hold of those wrong thought patterns and before they're passed down to my children. Now, the truth is that we have hope, okay? We have hope, we have faith because of what Jesus did on the cross. So somebody said, well, my father's an alcoholic, so I'm an alcoholic. Well, you don't have to be. My parents were depressed and was full of strife, so I guess my family is. No, you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You just got to learn to recognize some things for what they truly are and know that that's not you. Okay? Your insecurity is not you. The fear that you face, the depression that you face is not you. It's not me. Okay? It's not me. Those things have attached themselves to my life. That's not who God made me to be, and that's not who God created you to be. All right? So we're going to talk around these things tonight, and I'm just throwing this video out real quick to just to help bring some understanding. Because I see people come in church, and church gives us hope, and we come and we talk about freedom, but yet we go right back to our dysfunction. It's because I believe that we don't recognize it for what it is. And you got mercy and you got grace, and nobody's perfect, and it's not about placing blame. It's about recognizing. It's about recognizing what we're supposed to recognize. Okay, Jesus became the curse. You're not your dysfunction. Okay, you're not your dysfunction. Come on, let's get better, all of us. More hope, more faith than ever before. All right, let's walk down this road together. Talk to you soon. Bye.